Penn statue. William Penn founded Philadelphia in 1682. Good weather this afternoon for November football, and it's starting to feel like November as the playoff picture begins to unfold. New Orleans would be the 6th seed if the playoffs were to start today. The Eagles would be on the outside looking in. Carolina has the last spot at 5-5. Minnesota and San Francisco both ahead of the Eagles, who won the toss and deferred. Will be Jake Elliott to kick away. Deontay Harris will take the knee, and out to the 25-yard line will come the New Orleans Saints offense. On first down, he'll look sideline. Underthrown ball purposefully to try to get Callaway into a good spot. Steven Nelson, who's been targeted a lot opposite Darius Slay. On the other side for this Philadelphia defense, what sticks out?
Well, I tell you, this defense is kind of a give but don't break, but Davion Taylor has been electric the last couple of weeks. You want to talk about speed, sideline to sideline, and when he hits you, you are hit. You stop.
2 forced fumbles last week against Denver, starting for the first time in his NFL career at left tackle. Here is Tony Jones Jr., who returns from IR and gets greeted rudely by T.J. Edwards.
Really love T.J. Edwards.
That's what you mean. T.J. Edwards read his key that time. Nearly caught by Adam Troutman on the screenplay, but couldn't corral it, and it's 3rd down and long for New Orleans. Pressure coming from Philadelphia. Simeon hit as he throws. Incomplete. The rare blitz from the Eagles, who blitz at a very low rate, but it's Avonte Maddox, the nickelback, who just signed a new extension, coming in hot.
Yeah, well, he's coming off of here. They're coming linebacker across the way. Everybody off the edge, 2 edge defenders, and there's Maddox. They turn the protection the opposite way to the left. Maddox is wide open on the right-hand side of the offense, untouched.
3-year, $22 million extension signed on Saturday for Avonte Maddox in his 4th year out of Pitt. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense run heavy as of late. Back on the field next. Pick up their first home victory of the season. Keep pace with the rest of the crews in front of him in the wild card hunt. Jalen Hurts. See, his last 3 games, he leads quarterbacks in rushing yards. So he averaged 34 passes per game his first 7 games. He's averaging 18 passes a game the last 3, but they'll start an empty here. On the 15. Nice little comeback for Devontae Smith. The rookie is the leading receiver for Philadelphia, and he's run out of bounds by Jenkins and Lattimore. Well, we mentioned Avonte Maddox picking up an extension. His roommate and good buddy is Dallas Goedert. He signed a new extension the other day as well.
And he's becoming a premier tight end. He can block at the point of attack on the backside, and really a very efficient receiver. I really like this tight end.
Oh, trench warfare right here. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak for the first down. The line to gain was the 25. Riding that read with Sanders and giving it to him. Sean Bradley, former Temple Owl, on the stop. Backup Gardner Minshew, quarterback coach Brian Johnson, who's very close with quarterback Jalen Hurts, going over the game plan. Trevor Siemian back in the saddle from the 34 for the Saints. A fake to Ingram. Intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards. Simeon saw his man in Nick Vannett on that intermediate route, and T.J. Edwards read it perfectly for his 2nd career pick.
T.J. Edwards, I mean, so smart, what great special or just spatial awareness he has. So he's coming on a blitz and he recognizes this. Watch him. He's going to come down in here. He's going to go bam. Then he's going to peel out so Trevor never sees him off that blitz. He's got his back turned to him. Now he's just falling into that secondary route combination as Trevor Siemian's trying to go to Troutman, and he falls back off that blitz into that vacated space right there on the underneath throw. Really nice job by TJ Edwards. He was a quarterback in high school, so he's got that really good feel.
Second down, another pass. Hurts rifles that one on the move to Goddard. Other side for Washington. 3rd and 6. Hurts, another good throw, and it's a completion and a conversion to Goddard. First down inside the 20. Pickup of 16 yards. Hurts gives again, and it will be Miles Sanders working down near the 16-yard line. Third down and 6. Out of the empty set. Hurts underneath Goddard. And he's got the first down. Dallas Goedert tumbling down just shy of the goal line. It's 1st and goal for Philadelphia. Alexander, the touchdown saving tackle.
I think he fell on top of the tackler. Was that Quan Alexander? Watch, as he runs this little out route right here, watch, he breaks this tackle right here, and now he falls on top of the defender.
They're going to go right back to the line to try to sneak it. A flag was thrown on the snap. A lot to sort out, but the ruling is touchdown. The ruling on the field is touchdown. We'll check the marker.
Offside. Defense line up in the neutral zone. Penalties declined. Touchdown.
Jalen Hurts ran it twice on that drive. One on the sneak, and then the quick snap up on the quarterback sneak for the score.
Well, you can see it.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Look at the line of scrimmage. He's crossed the ball right there.
Jalen Holmes clearly in the neutral zone. A good call by Philadelphia to hurry up. Even though they were looking at that play, they ran it quick because they figured, hey, maybe the Saints won't be set. That was the case, and Hurts able to muscle it home. 6th rushing touchdown of the year for Jalen Hurts. And Jake Elliott on for the extra point. A 7-0 start for Philadelphia, and it was off the TJ Edwards interception, the first thrown by the Saints in 6 weeks. Edwards grabbed it, Hurts scored it, 7-0. Balanced attack so far for Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts. Dallas Goedert was key on that series with a couple of conversions. TJ Edwards with his first pick of the season. And a quick strike score with Hurts punching it home. Deontay Harris, excellent kick returner so far this year. He'll get a crack from 1 yard deep. And good pursuit by this Philadelphia special teams unit. Patrick Johnson, Zach McPherson, all there for the stop. But you still have a chance at $100,000 of Terry's money. Just scan the QR code now and enter Fox's Super 6 NFL Sunday Challenge for your free chance at $100,000. Free to play. Just download the app and you can steal some money out of this magic floating briefcase. Version of myself. You never know when you're going to get another chance, so it's special to be starting again. One play for... Here's Tony Jones Jr. right into the chest of Rodney McLeod. Jones stays in the block. Siemian, incomplete. He's looking for Traquan Smith, and Avonte Maddox has been impactful early.
Boy, they're making Trevor Siemian get rid of the football. They have been being criticized here locally. Not enough blitz. We've seen several now third down situations where they're bringing heat, they're bringing pressure. They did it again right there with McLeod coming up the middle.
A punt, a pick, and now a 3-and-out by the Saints. Is Rager from the 22. Slips one tackle, can't get away from the second wave. There is a penalty marker thrown back near where the snap came. A couple of them, in fact.
Prior to the kick, holding, offense, number 50. That 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Key penalty will give better field position to the Eagles. We're back after this from State Farm and Pepsi.
So if I was a primetime game show host, could I stick with the Rogers rate?
Yeah. State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Thanks, man.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
This one's for every NFL fan who had to take down their framed Super Bowl poster because it didn't match the decor. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Sanders looking for that hole. He had a big play just like this in the meeting last year. The longest run Sanders ever had was an 82-yarder against the Saints last season. Right along that same left sideline, he gets 25 here.
Yeah, you always have to love it when you've got a center right there that can do this. Look at him get around there, get to the second level, dispense a little justice. I mean, you got a 300-pound guy that can get out there and lead the way on the edge from the middle of the football field after he snaps the ball.
I love Jason Kelsey, one of the premier centers in the game. Hurts rolling right, trying to outrun Davenport.
6'8", 365 pounds.
Here is Hurts. Good open space tackle by Bradley Roby, but it ends up being a loss of a yard on the play. Another zone read play and a long read by Hurts. He kept it and took it down inside the 5. 20 yards for Jalen Hurts there.
It's just not fair. It is not fair. Watch how long he holds this ball in the belly of the back. Watch. Hold it. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Pull it when Jordan commits to the outside, and now he's gone off to the races for first and goal.
This time they'll give it to Sanders. Just shy of the line.
See if you can orchestrate from there.
Hurts, he's got all the space in the world to run. Now he's going to take off, trying to beat Davis to the edge, and DeMario Davis forced him out shy of the goal line. Just got a piece of Jalen Hurts, who was trying to break the plane and could not because of Davis.
Well, he had the ball in his right hand the whole way, so watch. As Davis comes out there, I don't think the ball crosses. He never gets it into the other hand. And you see, it's behind. I think it's behind.
That is a very close look, too. So now the fans are seeing it on the Jumbotron. You wonder if a challenge marker is going to be thrown at any point, and it is for Nick Sirianni. 2 for 3 on challenges this year. Let's see if it broke the plane. So it certainly feels like it broke the plane. The other question is, was he in bounds when that took place?
From that angle, but here, is that...
Clearly still his feet were in bounds.
Ruling on the field that the runner was short of the goal line.
So this will be interesting. It could be a second Hurts rushing touchdown if this is overturned. Scott Novak let us know indeed Jalen Hurts broke the plane while still in bounds, and it is a second rushing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. Third time this year he's had 2 in a game. Carolina, Tampa Bay, and now today against New Orleans. So really just the NFC South is getting a taste of the Jalen Hurts rushing experience. We'll walk through the particulars of the play in a moment with Dean Blandino. Jake Elliott makes it 14-0. So, Dean, obviously pylon and goal line is what we're taking a look at. Walk me through some of the nuance here.
Yeah, so there's no goal line extended here because Hurts didn't get a body part down in the end zone. So it has to cross inside or over the pylon. You're going to see him reach with that right hand. It does break the plane. And then this is a great look for inside the pylon. Just gets the ball inside. Great job in replay to overturn that to a touchdown.
Yeah, extending the ball over or inside the pylon. If you haven't established in the end zone, Dean, we appreciate you walking us through it. Also, very, very sharp as per usual.
How about the awareness, though, of Jalen Hurts? That ball in the right hand, he can't get it over to the left hand because of Demario Davis hunting him down there. So he just slides it across his body inside the pylon. Really good awareness of where he is on the football field.
Deontay Harris back again. Out to the 25. Well, there's big games, and then there's the biggest games. And Big Noon Saturday has had the biggest games, and we've got as big as it comes. The game. Huge Big Ten East battle. Ohio State and Michigan. Ohio State can essentially lock it all up and clinch a spot in the Big Ten title game. Saturday coming up. It'll be.
They're going to defend the run.
Tony Jones Jr. on the run. Not much there that time. Javon Hargrave with a nice play to bring up 2nd down and 9. The Eagles offense off to a quick start. Philadelphia 14 behind Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns. New Orleans nothing to the 2nd. Plus 70 in the yards category for the Eagles in the first quarter. Took advantage of the interception thrown by Simeon to Edwards. And punched home a touchdown out of that drive. 14-0. Saints have 2nd and 9 in plus territory. And a movement off the left side for Landon Young, the rookie.
False start. Offense. Number 67. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Field. That's what we're going to need.
Just a 4-man rush. Simeon low throw incomplete. Darius Slay was the closest man to Deontay Harris. 3rd down for New Orleans. All of those 3rd down plays have been pass plays. Rager bails out. We're back after these messages from KFC and Bud Light Seltzer.
This holiday season, remember the trick. The one that lets you skip the line and get your finger-licking chicken finger-licking quick.
It's finger-licking quick.
Oh, Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tonic?
Have you tried these yet?
Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tonic, the loudest flavors ever.
Ingram, nothing there. Good penetration by Jannard Avery, who did not play a whole lot last week in Denver. He brings up 2nd and goal with the TFL. Callaway at the top. Simeon out of the backfield. Ingram, and that ball is jarred loose by Maddox. Incomplete. 5 in the pattern. Pocket collapsing. Simeon on the move. Flag is thrown. Ball to the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. We'll check the marker, but it's Lil Jordan Humphrey there to secure it. Let's check the flag.
I think you're getting a holding call.
Holding.
Yep.
Offense. Number 67. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
There's Landon Young again. Brent Maher, the new kicker for the Saints, kicks away. Touchback for Philadelphia. Off the deep drop in the fake. Oh, Hurts wanted to go to Devontae Smith deep. Instead, he'll take off for positive yardage. Designed run straight up the gut for Hurts. And that will...
Man-to-man across the board down.
And one high safety. That's it for New Orleans. Hurts. Back foot throw. He's got Smith. Smith cutting it back against Lattimore. And Demario Davis catches up to him all the way down at the 34 of New Orleans. 33-yard connection.
Well, Lattimore just had to do such a tremendous job of working through practice. You're going to run off here and watch. Now watch him run through all this stuff right here. Look at, just flip the shoulders, run underneath, chase Smith on the crossing route. Beautiful execution and design by Philadelphia.
Nothing deep for Hurts. Spinning and scrambling. He's got Miles Sanders open. A 50-yard try for Jake Elliott. About 59% from 50-plus yards for his career. On its way, and it is good. Makes it a 10-point lead. The field goal try forced, executed by Elliott. 17-7 Eagles. Coaching job, the wide receiver at Division III Mount Union for the Hall of Famer Larry Karras. Started coaching there in 2004. Now working his way all the way up to the NFL, where he does not want to watch field goal tries.
That's right. That's the rock, scissors, paper coach right there. And now he's saying, hey, I refuse to acknowledge you kicking field goals. Now that one didn't work, so he's going to have to come up with something else. I really like what he has done. I like the adjustments in scheme that he has made and the balance that he has changed. And that shows maturity as a young coach. You're constantly evolving.
He seeks his first home victory as the head coach of the Eagles. Simeon, incomplete into a tight window. Trying to find Marquez Callaway. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. On the injury report again with a foot issue. So you're missing a key flex piece that makes it harder for a defense to decipher what you're doing. Does not have a snap today. Here comes a blitz right up the middle from Singleton.
I just love the eyes, right?
Very selective about when he's bringing the rush. And it's been fairly successful so far. Against that patchwork offensive line for the Saints. Jalen Reagor out of bounds at the 25. Approaching the halfway point of this second quarter. Alex Singleton, his snaps have gone down as of late, but that's a key play. Eagles have it, and they've got the 10-point advantage. 8.5 to play here in the second.
Get your offense the ball back.
Jordan Howard, big hole for Howard. Marcus Williams brings him down across the 40-yard line. That is 18 more rushing yards. Going back to the game against the Raiders, Nick Sirianni said, all right, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to get Sanders involved. Obviously, Sanders got hurt in that game, but Boston Scott, let's not forget what Kenneth Gainwell was able to contribute as well. He's inactive for the first time today. They have really dedicated themselves to this. Howard, again, another strong run into New Orleans territory at the 49.
It's everything that they're throwing at New Orleans right now.
Right back to Howard, and they've got the first down to the 45-yard line. Now they change it up with a little bit of a pistol look. Now shift. Howard again, another hole. Boy, they are gashing the Saints defense up the middle right now. 13 more yards. Wow.
Well, they're doing it right here. This is the guy they're reading off of. So watch as you hand the ball. Does he come in? No, he doesn't constrict. Go ahead, put it up the middle, get it to the safeties. That's the zone read aspect of what they're doing. So they are mixing it up with zone read, with just regular handoff, counter pull, you name it. They're just executing right now, and this is where you just lean on people. Chew up clock. Keep that defense out that they don't have an ounce of right now as they're just rotating their entire defensive line to get fresh people in.
5 carries, 48 rushing yards on this drive for Philadelphia. Nearly 10 apiece. 3 Washington and Jefferson. His brother Jay as well, very good coach, the best in our family, he says. Goddard somehow came down with it, and he's got the first down inside the 15.
What a catch.
He's got 4 grabs now. Hurts was looking that way. He's going to throw that way. Goddard's got it. A flag is thrown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Plenty of time. Hurts has a man. It's Smith, and he came down with it. Elliott's been good from 50. This from 37 to make it a 20-7 lead. 4:20 to play here in the first half. Well, you were talking about possession, ball control. This gives you a really nice snapshot out of Dayton. There's Ingram. 1 cut back. Minimal yardage. He'll get the fake. Pressure. And Simeon just had to sling it at the feet of the defense. I don't think they ever whistled this play dead, did they?
Everybody's talking about they don't blitz. Well, they're bringing the pressure today.
Here they come. Simeon down the middle, broken up. Darius Slay had the coverage on Marquez Callaway.
Well, that's probably the one guy you don't want to target right there. Darius Slay, you see him right up here. Watch him. Outside leverage, outside leverage. Now I'm going to undercut this thing. Beautiful job. He stays so fluid with his hips, and he stays so low in and out of breaks. That's just the reason he is so quick. One of the premier cover corners, because he never comes out of that stance. He doesn't have to sink back down to react. He's always in it.
NFC Defensive Player of the Week last week after that big fumble return touchdown against the Broncos. This time they give it right back to Sanders, showing some confidence in him. It's the Eagles in control right now. Here is Howard, another big hole. Good tackle in space, shy of the line. But back on each side. And they get the first down. It's Jordan Howard again, into Jenkins. Hey, oh my goodness, things got a little chippy to say the least. Marcus Davenport getting into it with, I believe, Jordan Mailata. 2nd and 10. Here's Smith, and he gets cracked immediately by Marshawn Lattimore. Held on to him for a little extra second there. So you got a nice open field tackle. He goes to the ground. He just picks him back up.
That's like that. What do they call that? Mutton rustling? Or mutton?
I'm sorry. I just got a flashback of like my brothers and I playing football. They go, they're going to tackle me, but they're going to keep their arms around me and bring me back up to my feet.
I was just like that when those little kids ride them sheep.
Oh, that's muffed, but secured by Harris. They'll have this at the 36-yard line. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee and figure out what's coming up.
What you doing over there?
Writing up my Thanksgiving shopping list for the week.
You got turkey?
Yep.
Mashed potatoes, stuffing?
Yep.
What about highlights of the Bears and Ravens?
Shoot, no, I don't have that.
Don't worry, we got you covered on the Verizon halftime.
Huh. Are those produce or dairy? What else?
Simeon stepping up. Past the sticks. Dangerous throw. Intercepted. Darius Slay. Big play. Slay has done it again. His 3rd defensive touchdown of the season, and it puts the Eagles up 19.
This is about having a clock in your head. Slay, watch his body position. He knows there's pressure. He knows they haven't been able to block it up front. He knows that he's not going to get beat deep on that, so he's just waiting, biding time. That clock triggers in his head. Bam! He takes it, and that's to the house, Adam.
For 50 yards. And a 27-7 Philadelphia lead. Second career pick six for Slay. His third interception of the year.
You know there's going to be pressure. You see it there with Siemian having to fall off away from that pressure, and he's just sitting there. He's not threatened that he's going to get beat deep. He's got plenty of cushion, and then it's just about triggering when that ball comes out and then going on and celebrating. Forget about the Lambeau leap. We got the Philly step up. See the disappointment in Traquan Smith's face right there. It's been that kind of half.
Second pick of the day for Siemian. And the Saints had been so good taking care of the football in these last handful of games. But two picks today, one by Edwards and the latest by Slay. The 83-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown last week on the road in Denver. He's living up to that moniker that he's had for quite some time. In his 9 years out of Mississippi State, came over from the Lions last season. Big play Slay with another one.
And you take away the 2 in front of that 27, and it's 7-7. 7 for the Saints and 7 for Slay. That's a big-time play.
Huge.
I did the math in my head.
I had to think about it a little bit, but you were correct, sir.
Yeah.
Here's Harris, and he's going to get dragged down. Good coverage in special teams by Philadelphia Ball to start the second half.
Well, I guarantee you what they're not going to do. They're not going to throw an out route against Slay again. I promise you that. I'm with you. Take the knee, get in the locker room, make your adjustments.
Now, Denver didn't even bother attacking him much. And I think they threw it at him twice all of last week. Slay comes up with a huge play. Hurts with 2 rushing touchdowns. And the Eagles, looking for their first home win, are in control through one half. First half stats are brought to us by State Farm. The turnover is a big factor. All 3 have led to points for these two teams, but the Eagles in control, leading at the halftime break. We're headed to Los Angeles. Kurt Menefee and company will have the Verizon halftime report for you in moments. Jalen Hurts, the subject of our progressive game flow this afternoon. He's got a couple of rushing touchdowns. Both teams have taken advantage of takeaways for 21 of the 34 points that have been scored. 7 of those on the defensive touchdown from Darius Slay to close out the first half. Brett Maher, the new kicker for the Saints, is out there. Always have to wonder about Sean Payton at the start of the second half kicking off. Will he mix in a potential onside kick?
He only does that in Super Bowls.
That's right. They'll kick off here. And out to the 25-yard line come this Philadelphia offense led by Jalen Hurts. Philadelphia today. It's 2.5 better than the average allowed by New Orleans. Boston Scott.
So you saw them playing a lot of double high safeties early in this game. They're down to single high safety, trying to stop this running game.
One of those safeties is Marcus Williams, who began to trail to the outside. Hurts beats them along the edge for the first down. Time in Indianapolis as the offensive coordinator. Fair catch and a bailout from Harris. And a nice, friendly Philadelphia roll inside the 10. We'll start this series from the 10. And not much there for Ingram. Fletcher Cox. First time we've called his name today, and it's a good play on a short gain.
Well, he's just going to split the double team. He's going to come knifing through here. Look at big Fletcher Cox. Just hand fighting, getting on the legs of Ingram. Right, we haven't said his name, so Fletcher Cox had to get into the game right now, right? I want a little play, too. I want to have some fun. Been so good for so long here in Philadelphia.
10-year veteran, the number 12 pick in 2012. Simeon under immediate pressure, able to get to the outside. Goes across and incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Cox with the pressure once again. He's hoping for a much better second half. Looking for Troutman, broken up by Maddox. 4th down.
How about this Philadelphia team? They're just sitting on routes right now, saying you're not going to run by us. We don't believe you can hold up with all those backup offensive linemen. We don't buy it. So they're just sitting on things, and they're just exploding out of their breaks here, knocking down passes. And this is all about, we know you can't protect against this. You have 3 backup offensive linemen. Hurst playing right tackle. You've got Throckmorton playing left guard. You've got Landon Young playing left tackle. We don't buy it. We don't think you can protect against us. We're going to squat on these routes.
And an opportunity for Rager. They'll step out near the 40 of New Orleans. Great field position for Philadelphia coming up to start this second half. Go back to the last home win for Philadelphia. It was the first career start for Jalen Hurts. 17 of 30, 167 through the air, a touchdown pass, and those career-high 106 rushing yards against Malcolm Jenkins and the Saints defense last year. Stepped in for the struggling Carson Wentz. And they have leaned on Jalen Hurts, now making his 15th career NFL start today. Run another play in Saints territory, and they get another big play from Dallas Goedert, a 1st down inside the 30 to the 26. Take it all the way down, and Howard with another good run. We're just so not used to seeing big runs up the middle. Pressure from the Saints, tunnel screen Smith, 1st down Eagles. And Smith tumbles down inside the 10, it's 1st and goal.
It's all about the timing of these routes, right? Come out here, get your blocks, and then let Smith go so that ball is in his hands before you actually make that contact. Perfect timing on 3rd down and 6 on the tunnel screen.
Jake Elliott line drives it through. He's made his last 10 field goal attempts. 30-7, Philadelphia in control. He's raised more than $12 million for autism research. They do a challenge every year in May. They'll do that this coming year as well. Pretty good stuff. There's Jeffrey Lurie, the chairman and CEO of this franchise. 89th year in the National Football League for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Job with that in his football team.
Right back to him, and he's got the 1st down. That ball may have come out though, and the Eagles may have it. TJ Edwards on the bottom of the pile. It's Eagles football.
I think that's my man Fletcher Cox. As Ingram goes by, Fletcher gets that big paw out there, scrapes at the football, the extension right here, and bam! Punch at the ball on the ground, and then it's a scramble.
TJ Edwards has a pick and now a fumble recovery today.
The Eagles team talked about creating turnovers. They talked about punching balls. They talked about all those different things that give you the opportunity to have more offensive possessions that time. Fletcher Cox, and it starts with defending the run. You got to defend the run first, so you stack them, you get them off your body. As the running back rolls through, now I can disengage, get my hand out there, and create the fumble on Mark Ingram.
Well, pitch play. There's Miles Sanders. And a good run for Sanders near the sticks. Big day for Mississippi State Bulldogs on this Eagles defense. Darius Slay and now Fletcher Cox.
And there he is. You see the hand come in there late, but he does that because he extends the arms, gets the offensive lineman off of him so that he can essentially slide down the line of scrimmage and make that play. Look at, he's talking about it, right? He's how I did it.
Explain it to you very simply here. You do this thing and then you do that thing and then you get the ball.
That's right.
That's how it works. Philadelphia's been living in Saints territory for most of this day. There is Sanders again. Works his way to the 25. Miles Sanders, his first game back. He's had some strong carries, has implemented and acclimated himself well to this new offense.
And you know right now it's about getting yourself back from a confidence standpoint, right? Grasping on that ball.
Field goal here would make it a 26-point lead. And sure enough, Jake Elliott on a 4-for-4 day has done just that. Took a little bit of a turn on that one, but it still goes through for Jake Elliott, the fifth-year man.
A little English on it right here. Laces out. Thing goes from looking like he's going to shank it to rolling back in there. He knew it all along, right? Shaping your shots, just like a golf. This is a great golf shot.
Well, here we go. Big Noon Saturday. Our crew's going to have it for you. They'll be live from Ann Arbor at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time and taking you right into Big Noon Saturday. Ohio State and Michigan, two teams battling near the top of the Big Ten East. Ohio State trying to lock up a spot in the Big Ten title game. That's coming up on Saturday with Gus, Joel, and Jenny and the great crew on Big Noon Kickoff. The giveaways continue to affect the Saints. They had only given the ball away 8 times in their first 9 games. But 3 giveaways today, and the Eagles have now turned it into 17 points. Trevor Siemian back to work. There it is, in print for you. Here is Ingram again, and a good job by the Philadelphia front, still trying to rip that ball out. That'll hold them up for 3rd down and short coming.
All right, I like it. You got a great cover corner in Slay. Watch him come up here and force the edge. He's going to see it. Come on down there, get involved. I want to play football too. Really nice form tackle. Go ahead, Slay. Wrap him up. Hamstring tackle. Tackles. That's what we're talking about, right? Get around those legs. Philadelphia.
There's a carry for Dwayne Washington diving ahead. Well, that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Philadelphia looking for its first home win in front of a full house in nearly 2 years. 33-7 to the 4th. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and in the 6th most populous city in America, Philadelphia, where the first library in America was founded in 1731, the first hospital 20 years after that. 2nd down and 7 for the Saints to start the 4th. TJ Edwards was right there for Mark Ingram, who could not secure it. Maybe heard the racing footsteps of Edwards en route.
Love it. TJ Edwards just sees the play right from the word go, and he understands exactly what they're trying to do. And what a game he's had today, huh?
2nd year out of Wisconsin. Teammate of Jonathan Taylor, who we were just talking about, listening to Carissa let us know about. 8 tackles for TJ. Well documented. They have struggled going for 2 the last couple of years. Fake the toss, tipped and incomplete. That is 9 straight that they have failed on since week 14 3 years ago. TJ Edwards with the tip. Good mood if you're wearing green right now here in Philadelphia. Eagles in front and in command. It's Philadelphia ball. Celebrate Christmas with that classic boom. Fox Sports proudly presents a documentary tribute to one of football's most beloved figures. The coach, the broadcaster, the video game, all Madden, premiering Christmas Day on Fox. Can't wait.
I can't either, and I'm just such a huge John Madden fan. Obviously, we all were.
Hurts. Well, the tradition on Fox continues. We come together for some food, some family. Of course, we got some football for you, too. Coverage begins on Thanksgiving Day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, a special edition of Fox NFL pregame. That's on Fox and the Fox Sports app, leading you right into Bears and Lions. A traditional Thanksgiving Day game for the Detroit Lions. Pitch play, Ingram, cut, and short yardage. Good reaction by the Philadelphia defense, led by Milton Williams, the rookie out of Louisiana Tech. It's only happened once in his NFL career in 2017. Boy, this continues to be a problem for the Saints. Brett Maher finally gets another opportunity, and he misses. Boy, between Aldrick Rosas missing field goals, Cody Parkey and Brian Johnson missing extra points, and now Brett Maher, the Saints' kicking woes, well documented, continue.
Well, they missed 2 extra points last week.
Yep. And short early, then they saw a lot of third down and longs. Second and long here. Hurts to the sticks for Goddard. Deep drop. Simeon hit as he throws, launches for Callaway, out of bounds, incomplete. Javon Hargrave got the pressure on Trevor Simeon.
Yeah, Javon Hargrave in the center right here. Watch him just keep working, splits the double team, and then really nice job.
Screen set up for Troutman, read perfectly. That is Anthony Harris, who was right on it. Loss of 5 on the play.
Well, you've got Sweat coming off the edge with the pressure. Number 94 right here. But as he releases that, Harris all the way from about 12 yards deep reads that play, defeats the block of Hurst right there, the offensive lineman, 74.
Handoff for Ingram. And a short gain on the play into Josh Sweat on the stop. Simeon lofts it, incomplete. Threw it away to set up third down and 9. 8 minutes to go. Harris, nothing there. Harris on Harris. It was Anthony Harris who made the stop on Deontay.
Well, Anthony Harris, I mean, coming down here from that position in the safety, see his heels, and just reading this. This is his second screen that he's just defeated. He defeated that tight end screen earlier, and then just reading it, understanding it, where you want to go with the football.
Jalen Hurts will get ready to go offensively. Trevor Simeon's been for the pick 6 at the end of the first half. Obviously, really turned this and made it a 27-7 halftime lead. Fake it, throw it. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his first target of the season and his first catch, and it's a big one. Out near midfield, a gain of 23 for the third-year man out of Stanford, a second-round pick in 2019.
And this is what happens to you. Watch right here. P.J. Williams comes in here. He sees the read. He thinks, it's a throw. You get him with the RPO right where he should be, sitting in zone. And Arcega-Whiteside with a huge first down for the Eagles.
Now back to the ground game, and it's Sanders with a good run. He'll pick up 7.
And that was a perfect example of why the run complements the pass. When you can do that, you get guys guessing, you get guys thinking, you get guys reading things that they shouldn't read. You get them out of position, and then a simple 6-yard dump off becomes a big-time gain for a first down.
Sanders. Quarterback sneak. Yep. Biggest thing right now is ball security for Jalen Hurts. Looks like he probably has enough for the first down, and he does, according to Scott Novak. So 4:20 to go, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Eagles, up 11.
Now you got to start worrying about that clock if you're the New Orleans Saints, right? You got 3 timeouts.
Got a game break for us. What you got, bud?
Thanks, Adam. Letting you guys know what's coming up next. It's America's Game of the Week. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys' #1 offense taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs on the road. KC looking for its 4th straight win. It's all coming up next. America's Game of the Week.
Nick Sirianni seeking his first home victory as the head coach of Philadelphia.
Well, what'd he tell us? Strength on strength matchup. We look forward to it, right? This is the perfect time. 4-minute offense, strength on strength, our run game against your run defense. Let's see who's better.
Right now on this play, it's Miles Sanders. Gets the first down on a 14-yard gain inside the 30 of New Orleans.
Love Mailata on the edge. I mean, he's going to go off here, then he's going to go up top. The twofer, they call that. Block the edge, then get to the second level. It's 6'8", 365, and create nothing but running room for Sanders.
Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator, seeking a stop. This is the first time all year that his defense has given up 30 points in a game. The Saints had the second longest streak in the NFL of games without allowing 30 points. They had 10 straight. The longest streak is still ongoing. It belongs to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have gone 40 games without allowing 30 points.
I mean, to be that consistent for that period of time, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
40 and then 10. It's a big drop off. 3rd down and 6. A big 3rd down. Hurts keeps. Hurts cuts. Hurts has the first down. And Jalen Hurts might have just put it away for the Eagles. Touchdown. His 3rd of the day.
Well, what do we talk about? The surf technique. Well, when my athlete's better than your athlete that's surfing, guess what? It's time to go to the beach because I'm gone. Stick my foot in the ground and roll. Jalen Hurts breaking ankles. Granderson right there. Forget about it. Take it to the house, young man.
Three rushing touchdowns for the first time in his NFL career. Jalen Hurts, 70 yards on the ground, and the ground game after 246 rushing yards last year against the Saints, 244 this year, and the last 24 put together by Jalen Hurts with some nifty maneuvering.
Put your foot in the ground, cut against the grain, and hang a 40 burger on him. Jalen Hurts, #1.
Somebody tossed the jersey.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you
Throw
go,
it back
buddy.
to him. Look at that. Nick Sirianni. Did we just become best friends? Look at him. So excited, so connected with his players. And again, Adam, your ability to look at what you're doing, to have the humility to go, what I'm doing is not working. This is what I wanted. Let's completely change the balance of our offense. Let's put our players in better positions. And that's what Nick Sirianni has done with the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts.
What's the percentage you gave me the last 4 weeks? It's 63% run. Today, it is 65% run. So the plan has continued over the course of this last month for Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. They've maintained consistency in that regard. Big day for Jalen Hurts, in particular on the ground. This has been a big ground attack for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Hurts has done a good chunk of damage on the ground.
And anytime you run the ball as well as they have, it's not just the running game. It's the offensive line. It's the running backs. It's Jalen Hurts. And then look at the receivers down the field trying to help out as well. Everybody gets a piece of that action.
Really solid balance all day in terms of production for the Eagles. 147 through the air for Hurts, 70 on the ground. Miles Sanders has 94 yards on the ground as well. Ingram gets hit by Rodney McLeod on the check down. Third down coming up, 3.5 to go.
Everything has come together for this Eagles defense.
Another screen, gets Ingram, and an ankle tackle by Alex Singleton. He's been one of the biggest culprits in that regard. Two minutes to go for the Eagles to try to secure a home victory.
Looks like Simeon earlier in the game, tripping over your own feet.
Here is Simeon on the rollout. Tosses end zone, incomplete. That'll bring up second down. We'll check in with Chris Thompson. Things heating up late, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Carolina into the last playoff spot, into the 7th spot. They're 5-5 now. Off the hands of Traquan Smith and nearly picked up by Rodney McLeod. Third down. 40-29 the score. 45 seconds to go. When we're done here in Philadelphia, don't forget, America's Game of the Week is on tap. Cowboys and Chiefs is our headline game. Mahomes and Prescott. Speaking of Mississippi State Bulldogs, Dak will go up against Patrick Mahomes. Cardinals and Seahawks as well, with Colt McCoy in a quarterback for Arizona as Kyler Murray continues to be on the mend. Well, speaking of the Cowboys, they'll finish the season with Dallas, and obviously this is a big win for Philadelphia. We mentioned the key swing game and the wild card race. These are games that often you look back on in Week 17, Week 18 and go, oh, that was the win that helped them get command in that spot. This is a very favorable schedule. Giants and Jets have struggled. You got 5 divisional games in that final stretch, so your schedule is right in front of you if you're the Eagles, obviously for the other NFC East teams as well, as Goddard secures the onside kick to put it away. This is a big win for Philadelphia, and this could lead to some things going forward.
Yeah, it's a huge win for this Philadelphia Eagle team, the way they've played. And look at this right here, 3 rushing touchdowns today, the first Eagle quarterback in the history of the franchise.
Remember, Michael Vick played here for a long time, and they've had some really talented quarterbacks. Randall Cunningham obviously had a big body and could do some very good things in the run game if need be. So that is impressive company to be in, to be the first Eagles quarterback to have 3 rushing touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, I played in the NFC East back when Randall Cunningham was playing, and that guy was a phenomenal athlete.
Absolutely. The Eagles have an easier schedule en route, and they finally get Nick Sirianni's first home win as the head coach of Philadelphia. The State Farm Game Break is coming up next. The Eagles win it 40-29 for Mark Schlereth and our fantastic Fox Sports crew. Adam Amin saying so long. A lot of fun games in this opening window to get you caught up on during our State Farm Game Break, and then it's all leading up to America's Game.
Guys, great team win right there. Offense, 244 yards rushing. On what used to be the #1 rush defense in the NFL. Defense! We stopped that run all day. Great job. Hey, that's our identity. That's our identity. It's not about the plays. It's not about the defenses we call. It's about us being mean and nasty, being together, right? Being together, all right? And that's what's going to help us take us through. Hey, we're nasty. We are nasty. We got a division game next. We got a division game next. And guys, I was close, and I really wanted to see you guys tomorrow, but we're going to stick with what works. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
We always knew what type of team we can be, man. Coach said the best just now. Identity. Not running that, not stopping the pass, not doing none of this. This is being nasty. Going out there and playing physical. Controlling everything we do. And we got to understand that, we got to know that moving forward. That's to take the right preparation, to take the right detail, everything we've been talking about. Everything we've been talking about. So stick to the script. Stick to the script. Attack every day. You know what I'm saying? Keep your mind right, take care of yourself out the feeling. I know we got something special in here brewing now. We got something special. Take over on 3. 1, 2, 3. Take over!